guys, we are playing another Randumb Studios game. This one is called Journey Episode 1, Whatever This Is, which is, I guess, a new series that they are making. As far as I know, this is the only one that is out, and it is something about exploration or something. I don't know. I read the summary right before this and I still don't remember what it said. Hello and welcome to whatever you'd like to call this. I woke up this morning, much like many mornings for a long time now, wondering what my purpose was in life. I woke up questioning whether or not I wanted to be here. I woke up with the same thoughts that run through my head every single day. Why am I the way that I am? Why do I do the things that I do? Why am I so unhappy? What could ever make me happy? Can anything ever make me happy? I think many people ask themselves the same questions on a daily basis, and I think it's probably fairly common and normal, so to speak. I think that speaking to a therapist, taking medication, or speaking to a close family member or friend are all very potentially viable options that should be considered if you're hurting. Some of us have tried some of these options. Some of us have tried all of these options. And some of us don't have these options at our disposal. I would like to invite you to a perspective that often helps me at times. I would like to share with you things that might help with something you are struggling with in life. This is not a replacement for therapy, medication, or talking about your feelings, emotions, troubles, and traumas with someone close to you. This is something to be added to those things if you feel that those things would be beneficial to you. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know where my journey is going to take me. But I know that if I don't start walking forward, my journey isn't going to take me anywhere. So with that being said, this is just another step forward on my journey in life to find my purpose. And if it helps someone else in the process, then great. If this doesn't help someone, then at least I gave it a shot, took a chance, took a step forward in my own journey through life and figured out what doesn't work, which is a very important part of the journey too. One thing that I've learned along the way is that life isn't about succeeding all the time. Life is 90% about failure and reacting to that failure and pushing forward. Life isn't about being a good or bad person. Life is about being you and letting others be themselves. Something I'd like to mention before moving forward. This session isn't free, obviously, but comes with an intentionally low price tag. People will always ask, if you truly care about helping someone, why don't you do it for free? The answer to that is simple. For the same reason most people don't do things for free. Not because they don't want to, but because they have bills to pay and mouths to feed. Because doing anything is an investment of time and money. Simply because they can't afford to do the things for free, even if they really want to. On the flip side of that, I've done what I can to make this as low cost as possible. And with that being said, I'm intentionally keeping the sessions short enough so it can fall under the requirements for a refund of your money back if you don't feel it's helping you in some way, shape, or form. I don't want you to use your money on something that doesn't give you some benefit, plain and simple. If anything you find in this session does benefit you, take it and apply it to your life. Even if it's only 10% of whatever is stated here today, use what works for you. And whatever is useless to you, whatever we talk about that doesn't apply, just completely discard it. What applies to you will not apply to others, and what is useless to you will be useful to others. Interesting. So this is kind of like a counseling coaching session game. I feel like this is going to be my favorite of them, and actually beneficial. Everyone thinks differently. Everyone feels differently. And just because everyone hurts doesn't mean we all hurt the same. So again, much like anything in life, Take what applies to you and use it moving forward and discard the rest. You're not going to like everything you read, everything you see, everything you play, or every experience you have. It just means it wasn't meant for you, and that's okay. So with all that being said, let us continue. One of the things I've often struggled with has been finding a purpose in life. I think it's something we all face at some point. There are very few of us who know exactly what we want, and no one truly knows where they're headed, even though sometimes we think we do. Life always has a way of throwing twists and turns in the road for us, and things don't always work out exactly as we expect or hope. Something I've learned is that in order to start your journey, you literally have to start. Now, that sounds dumb and oversimplified, I know, but what I mean is, oftentimes, we get caught up by a phenomena known as paralysis by analysis, where we analyze everything in research on how to get started so much to the point where we never actually start. This means we waste time, stagnate, and paralyze ourselves from moving forward. We overthink and get stuck in the planning phase, meaning we never actually accomplish whatever it is we wish to accomplish. One of the best ways to combat this is to just simply start doing something. It doesn't even have to be the something that you want it to be. It can literally be anything. It could be something you have absolutely no interest in whatsoever. The act of moving forward is going to help you figure out what it is you want to do. It's not going to just fall in your lap. This big epiphany is not going to just come to you when you're looking for it. That just isn't how it works. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and in response to your answers to the questions, I'm going to provide you with an idea or hobby to pursue. This idea or hobby that you'll be pursuing is not meant to be your final destination. It's not meant to be your destiny or your purpose, so to speak. All it is meant to be is the first step in moving forward in a forward direction. Once you start doing whatever it is that's recommended to you, you will find what your true calling is along the way. Don't focus on the destination. Don't try and guess where you'll end up. Stop overcomplicating everything. If the answer you receive at the end is go shovel snow for an hour every day, if you don't have snow, go shovel sand instead. Don't ask yourself, why the hell would I bother wasting my time with that? Instead, just understand that you're here for a reason. You've tried many things that you thought might work for you and they didn't. If you want to build a life that you've never had, then you've got to go about it in a way that you never have. If you just keep doing the same things over and over, you'll only ever obtain the same results. As much as we want to bash our heads against some wall, hoping that will eventually break, it's very unlikely to happen. We might find that if we turn around and go to a better direction, then just maybe we'll end up on an entirely different path that leads to something awesome that we never knew existed. That's the purpose of this exercise. Not to tell you what you want to hear, not to make you feel good, not to make you relaxed, not to take your depression or anxiety away, just simply to get you moving in a direction, any direction. Now, again, you can totally just read your answer at the end and say, nah, I'm not interested. That's perfectly acceptable. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not in charge of you. You are. It's your choice. Everyone makes their own grown-up decisions, and everyone can interpret this session how they choose to. As I said, if something benefits you, use it. If it doesn't, discard it. There is only one person in charge of your life, your direction, and your purpose, and that person is you. You have the power to do anything you want, or nothing at all. All I'm attempting to do is tell you what works for me personally, what helps me personally. You can take the same idea and premise and roll with it, or don't. Now, I think I rambled on for far too long and have beaten the metaphorical horse to death thrice over. So let's get on to the questions, shall we? Some of these questions may be familiar to you, and some will be entirely different. The most important part is to answer them as honestly as you can, and truly take time to ponder each question and Make sure you're answering them properly, as there's no going back to previous questions. I'd like to invite you to turn off the lights for a more peaceful experience. Nothing is going to jump out at you. Well, it's getting kind of dark. You may also grab a glass of water to sip on throughout the remainder of your session if you so choose. Before we start, I'd recommend closing your eyes and taking 5 deep breaths, inhaling until your lungs are full of oxygen, and then exhaling until your lungs are completely empty. Rinse and repeat this simple process before continuing on to the question portion. Take control of your breathing. Flush everything out of your mind that could be potentially distracting and just be in the moment. This will help you open up a more primal part of your brain and assist you to answer the questions with more clarity. We'll start very simple and work our way into harder questions as we go. If you don't understand a question or you don't feel like it applies to you, just create your own scenario in your head where the question would make sense. Your brain will subconsciously make it relevant to you. I will give you a couple of words to choose from, and I want you to choose the word that resonates best with you, whether you just like the word better than the other or perhaps it describes you more subtly. Now, let us begin. Solid or soft? Soft. Cynical or genial? Genial. Pessimistic or optimistic? Optimistic. Artistic or athletic? Artistic. Happy or sad? Happy. Dark or light? Light. Dull or vibrant? Vibrant. The number 6 or number 7? 7. The number 11 or number 13? 11. Original or remake? Original. Sweet or salty? Sweet. Spicy or sour? Spicy. Breakfast or dinner? Dinner. Brunch or lunch? Lunch. Hot dog or hot cat? Never mind, don't answer that. These games always have such stupid humor. Meal or snack? Meal, because I like food. Bill or Ted? Bill? Drugs or alcohol? Alcohol. Loud or quiet? Quiet. Creative or destructive? Creative. Fast or slow? Slow. Nerdy or geeky? Geeky. Elegant or plain? Elegant. Basic or complex? Basic. Funny or smart? Funny. Romance or horror? Romance. Books or movies? Movies. Music or games? Games. Lover or fighter? Lover. Sexy or thoughtful? Thoughtful. Alright, now that the simplistic variation of the questions are out of the way, we'll move on to something with a little more substance. Really try and think hard on these ones. They hold weight and value, and as silly as some of them may seem, they offer insight into your mentality and way of decision making. Would you rather run a mile or walk 2 miles? Walk 2 miles. Would you rather wrestle a bear or kickbox a kangaroo? Kangaroo. Would you rather have 12 hours of heavily broken sleep for 7 or for 3 solid hours? For 3 hours because I cannot fall back asleep hardly, and I would like to have the more time. The 12 hours, I wouldn't stay there for 12 hours. I would just get up anyway. So, would you rather spend your time with friends or family? Well, I would pick my sister, but she's both my friend and my family, so I'm guessing I'm gonna say friends. Would you rather have lots of friends but no family, or lots of family but no friends? Lots of friends. Would you rather wear a hat forever or shave your head forever? I guess shave my head, so I would be hot in the summer. Would you rather be covered in tattoos or never have a tattoo? Never have a tattoo. Would you rather pierce your tongue or pierce your nose? My nose. Would you rather give up your favorite food or your favorite drink? My favorite drink. Would you rather only eat ice cubes for hydration or only eat food that's gone through a blender? Blended food, because I think that might be actually, easier in your digestion. And ice cubes are cold, and you could have the blended food not as cold. Would you rather have the ability to teleport or fly? Teleport, definitely. Would you rather be able to see through walls or break through walls? See through walls. Would you rather spend a night in a haunted house or a day in a haunted asylum? Depends on how many ghosts there are, to be honest, and if I'm alone. I mean, I wouldn't be able to sleep. So I guess I don't know, I feel like the day's longer though. I guess the night. Would you rather join the circus or go skydiving? Join the circus. Would you rather be alone forever or constantly surrounded by strangers that don't speak your language? I guess. I don't know, because I don't know what they would do. But you could watch them. You might get bored being alone forever. I don't know, I guess surrounded by strangers. Would you rather be comfortable but never grow, or be uncomfortable but experience major growth? Growth, because I value growth and I should. Would you rather be big and strong or tiny and smart? Tiny and smart. Would you rather be famous or infamous? Famous? Would you rather be really good at something but never get credit for it, or really bad at everything but everyone knows who you are? Good but receive no recognition. Would you rather cook food in a frying pan or bake food in an oven? Oven. Would you rather cook or clean? Cook. Would you rather paint or draw? Paint. Would you rather sing to music or dance? Sing. Would you rather write or read? Read. Would you rather go to a concert or stay home alone? Stay home alone. Would you rather be in the sunshine or snow? Sunshine. Would you rather 1,000 enemies that dislike you or one supervillain enemy that hates you? One, because who knows when the others would come after you. Would you rather eat raw fish or eat raw beef? Raw fish. Would you rather be successful at something you don't enjoy or never be successful at all? Oh, I did not mean to click that. Okay. But sure, I probably would have picked that anyways. Would you rather do something you don't want to do but be rewarded heavily? Or only do things you want to do but never obtain anything spectacular in life? But live a common life. Definitely, that's all I want. If someone disliked you, would you rather know or not know? Not know. If someone was madly in love with you, would you rather know or not know? I'd rather know. If you had to choose between your favorite pet and your favorite person, which would you choose? My favorite person. Well, if you could change your mind or change your body, which would you rather change? My mind, because I am in my way all the time. Would you rather sleep in a pitch black room with all the lights on? Total darkness. Would you rather sleep in a room that's too hot or a room that's too cold? Too cold. Would you rather sleep on the forest floor for a night or in a rowboat in the middle of the ocean? The forest. Would you rather swim with sharks or run with bulls? Well, I can't swim, so yeah, this goes with bulls. Would you rather plant a tree or plant a small vegetable garden? Well, I would love to have a vegetable garden, but I can't grow things. Would you rather build a wall out of brick or a fence out of wood? fence out of wood? Would you rather have a moat with alligators around your house or a turret system with heat-seeking missiles? Well, I'd be nervous that alligators could come out and get you, but like, I don't want to send missiles off, so. Would you rather text or talk? Would you rather write a letter to a friend or receive a handwritten letter from a friend? Receive a letter? Would you rather give someone a present or receive a present? Give a present? Would you rather be naked for a day or wear an uncomfortable amount of clothes for a day? I guess overclothed. Would you rather drink too much water or eat too much food? Oh my gosh, I already eat too much food. Would you rather give up games forever or give up social communication? What? Don't do this to me. I might give up talking to people just so I can keep playing games, but Would you rather have to steal food to survive or forage hunt for your own food? Forage, because I am a good person. Would you rather lose your teeth or lose your toes? I guess my toes. Would you rather feel loved or make someone else feel loved? I guess feel loved. Thank you for your answers. I find them all to be very intriguing. We're going to end with some simple answers to some potentially not so simple questions. Some of these may be easy for you to provide an answer for, whereas some of these may require a bit of extra thought. Be advised that it's always better to take your time and be thoughtful with your answers than it is to make a mistake and answer improperly. However, even if you do provide an incorrect answer, there's room for error. There's a reason why you aren't allowed to go back and change your answers. Remember that. Now let us continue. Do you get a solid 8 hours of sleep every night? No. Do reading phones give you anxiety? Kind of, yes. Are you afraid of the dark? Yes. Are you uncomfortable in front of people whom you don't personally know? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be the life of the party? No. Are you afraid of dying? Yes. Do you have any regrets in your life? Yes. Are you proud of who you are? Sure. Are you afraid of who you might become? No. Do you feel accomplished? In certain areas, no. Do you enjoy trying new things? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be open-minded? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be smart? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be happy on most days? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be wise? Yes. Are you good at math? Yeah. Do you enjoy hearing conspiracy theories? Yes. Do you enjoy learning about historical figures? Yes. Do you enjoy hearing supernatural stories? Yes. Do you believe in higher power? Yes. Do you believe in karma or energy, positive and negative, will come back depending on what you put out? Yes. Do you have pets? Yes. Do you feel loved by your friends and family? Yes. Do you ever feel alone in life? Yes. Do you ever feel ashamed of who you are? Like aspects of myself. Would you consider yourself to be skeptical? No. Do you ever put up emotional walls out of fear of being hurt? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be trusting? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be loyal? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be honest? Yes. Do you like animals better than people? Yes. If you could press a button and change your physique, would you? Yes. Have you ever felt like an outcast? Yes. Is your social standing important to you? No. If you asked yourself what the most important thing to you was, and then it was immediately taken away, would you still be content with your life moving forward? Yes. Do you ever feel proud of yourself? Yes. Do you have a hard time giving yourself credit? Yes. Are you oftentimes self-deprecating? Yes. Do you Have a fear of abandonment. For friends, yes, but they're like acquaintance friends, so no. Fear of the unknown, yes. Fear of rejection, yes. Have you ever rejected someone else? Yes. Has anyone ever said unkind things to you? Yes. Have you ever said unkind things to someone else? Yes. Do you believe everyone deserves a second chance? Yes. If you made a grave mistake or did something you know you shouldn't have done, would you want a second chance? No, because life happens for a reason. Are you optimistic for future? Yes. Ever filled with a sense of dread or impending doom? No. Would you consider yourself to be a hater? No. Do you believe that just because something doesn't apply to you, that it's probably useless for everyone else as well? No. Do you believe that you have what it takes to achieve something great in your life? Yes. Has anyone ever put down your dream or aspirations? Yes. Has anyone ever told you that you can't do something? Yes. Has anyone ever admired you or looked up to you? No. Have you ever let someone down? Yes. Have you ever let yourself down? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be a pure heart? Yes. Would you consider yourself to have a short temper? Yes. Do you believe that violence solves some situations? You say some, yeah, like if an animal's coming at you. Do you believe that there's a chance the world can obtain global peace? Yes. Have you ever ridden an animal? Yes. Have you ever consumed a substance that you shouldn't have consumed? Yes. Have you ever felt like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? No. Do you enjoy drinking coffee? Yes. Do you enjoy drinking tea? Yes. Would you say that you're a good chef? No. Do you enjoy baking? Not really. Do you enjoy arts and crafts? Kind of. Are you a do-it-yourself type of person? Oh, I meant to say no. Well, say put it in quotes. It's like I do things myself, but not like DIY, like make your own door. That's a really bad example, but there's DIY things. I don't do that. Do you enjoy coloring? Yes. Do you enjoy reading? Yes. Do you typically like documentaries? Yes. Do you find flowers to be pretty? Yes. Do you like exotic pets or animals? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be physically fit? No. Do you typically find yourself in situations you want not to be in? No. Do you have a difficult time controlling your impulses? Yeah. Do you believe that sometimes it's okay to steal things? No. Do you have fragrances? Some give you headaches? No. Do you enjoy swimming? Yes, though not real swimming. Do you enjoy heavy amounts of physical activity? No. Do you consider yourself to be creative? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be special? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be talented? No. Would you consider yourself to be egotistical? No. Are you allergic to any animals? No. Are you allergic to medicines? No. Are you allergic to any foods? No. Have you ever been afraid of someone? Yes. Have you ever been afraid of yourself? No. Would you consider yourself to be a warrior? No. Would you say that you're brave? No. Would you consider yourself to be strong? No. Do you ever feel weak? Yes. Do you have a difficult time being vulnerable with people? Yeah. Are you afraid of being judged negatively by your peers? Yes. If your world came crashing down around you, do you think you could survive it? Yes. Do you ever put yourself in risky situations? No. Do you often step outside of your comfort zone? No. Is there some sort of problem that you've always dealt with but haven't been able to figure out an answer to? Yes. Do you ever feel like there's a void in yourself that you just can't seem to fill? Yes. Have you ever overanalyzed a bunch of questions regardless of their relevancy? Yes. Alright, that should be enough. I think I've heard everything I need to hear in order to give you my evaluation. Now I'm going to present to you a list of 3 separate hobbies or activities that you could pursue in your journey moving forward. It's important to note that if you feel like any of these 3 choices will be detrimental to your health or things you are incapable of doing, that you do not do them. Instead, replay the session and start from the beginning in order to obtain potentially new options that might be better suited for you. However, with that being said, if you are looking to venture forth into new experiences, you should not replay the session in order to just change your options simply because none of the 3 options interest you. The options laid before you are given for a reason. Some of them may suit your personality, while others may be polar opposite to where your typical interests lie. Remember, this isn't about moving in a direction you're comfortable with. This is about getting out of your comfort zone and trying things you've never done in order to obtain things you've never had. This is meant to be a new experience, a new journey, something to help you grow and gain new perspectives and hopefully help lead you to what you truly desire in life. Each of these ideas are meant to be pursued every day for 30 days to get a full benefit of the process. You don't have to enjoy it for 30 days, and you don't have to continue doing it if you don't enjoy it once the 30 days are over. This will help you build discipline and learn something new about yourself. Now without further ado, your results are as follows. Choice number 1, become a baker of many things. Now maybe you have lots of experience with baking, or maybe you have none at all. Either way, I recommend focusing on baking only things you've never baked before. You can find infinite amounts of recipes online with video tutorials to walk you through the process and budget options so you don't have to spend much money in the process. You can bake for yourself or you can bake for friends and family. It doesn't have to taste good or be texturally correct. This all comes in time, and baking is a science. Baking is about being creative, but first learning the fundamentals. Once you figure it all out, you can transform standard ingredients into some pretty special concoctions that others may never get to experience without your efforts. Baking with an open mind has the potential to offer incredibly amounts of mental progression and growth in various ways. Just be sure that you try a new recipe each day for 30 days, or at the very least the same recipe over and over again with small variations to determine the ultimate way to bake that particular recipe. Choice number 2, gardening. That's really interesting because we're talking about today, Heather and I like making kind of some new food, and I thought about baking briefly, and then people that I was talking to online were talking about gardening. I was thinking about how I would like to garden, but I can't keep things alive. This is very interesting. But again, I would not be able to plant something every 30 days because I live in an apartment on the upstairs, and so I could only plant things in a balcony. And when we tried to have a tomato plant, it fell off. And I'm not gonna have 30 plants on the balcony. That's a cool idea. Mark each of the plants with a date and label, and grow them with a particular theme in mind. Salsa and herb gardens are among the easiest and cheapest to get started, and this often offers a therapeutic level of both literal and figurative growth. Choice number 3, play a competitive game that you've never played before and track your daily progress. You are probably not going to be good right off the bat at a game you've never played before, especially when you consider you'll be facing off against more experienced players. But if you just spend a little bit of time each day, you can add up your progress from day 1 to day 30 just by tracking how well or how poorly you're doing. On the days that you're doing well, ask yourself, why am I doing well? On the days ask yourself, why am I getting? You're not bad. You're inexperienced. There's a massive difference. Sometimes when you aren't playing properly or you keep making mistakes, it's due to reasons you wouldn't realize. For example, maybe one day you've had caffeine and another day you haven't. That drastically affects performance even in gaming. Perhaps one day you're a little more hydrated than others. Being hydrated improves accuracy and reaction time substantially, so even being slightly off on your liquid levels can affect your performance. Blood sugar also affects performance. Nerves also impact performance. Being too calm can also be detrimental to your player's skill and ability. As you track your progress and assess yourself, you begin to have a better understanding over many aspects of life and learn to better prepare yourself for certain situations that may be demanding of your abilities. As with all of our titles, I'd like to give you a secret word. Your word for this session is ability. If there's anything I can leave you with, let it be this. A smart man knows how smart he is. A wise man knows how smart he isn't. In a world full of the ignorant, ruled over by the educated, be wise enough to be able to learn from both. Out of the 3 choices you've been given, it's recommended that you choose only one of them to pursue over the next 30 days and then go from there. Okay, that's good. I was going to say, I wouldn't want to do all 3. Again, it's not about interest level, it's about growth. With that being said, it's also about being safe and responsible in all ways. So if you cannot safely do the choices given for physical, mental, or emotional reasons, please do not attempt them and perhaps play the session over again to find something more suitable for your situation. Many of the most influential people in history and most successful business practitioners started their journeys by doing something that they absolutely nothing to do with what they currently do. It's because their open-mindedness and ability to attempt new things that others are too stubborn to give a chance, that they were able to succeed in life in ventures that others will never aspire to. At the end of the day, we're just random people saying random things. Much like your brain, we talk, but we don't have to listen if you so choose. Take what applies to you and benefits you and discard the rest. Always remember that no matter how lost we might feel, no one knows you better than you know yourself. Trust in your own instincts and follow what your heart tells you. Your result has been based on many different variables and may vary with each playthrough depending on the multitude of factors. We hope you enjoyed your experience, learning something and taking away something positive from this experience. Well, I think that this game was actually beneficial and gave you something to take away. And I actually might consider the baking one, to be honest. My only thing with that is that a lot of things that you need to bake, you need to use sugar, and I really want to cut back on sugar. But, you know, try the whole experimenting and try to use applesauce as a replacement. I don't know. But I'm going to have my wisdom teeth out soon, and so I'm probably going to wait until next month. And then I might make a video at the end of doing that, if I actually do end up doing it. Otherwise, I might do the game, but, you know, I play games regularly, but not multiplayer games. So, I don't know. It depends. Just baking something every single day seems like a lot of food to be making. But we'll see. And I would definitely be interested in your comments on this one, on if you have played the game, and what choices it gave you, and if you have tried doing that activity and what your takeaways are from it.